Finish our presentation at Crown Point Ventures Limited, brought to you by allpenny.stocks.com. Crown Point trades on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the ticker CWV. This is a Canadian technical stock to watch this week. See, it's not starting out that great. 2 straight down days, and it's at kind of a critical point right now, so we're going to keep an eye on this, see if this is going to bounce off this 50-day moving average. There is some other support that falls in there along the way. This was picked as a stock to watch this week because coming into it, if you take away these 2 red candles, it was making some higher lows, looking like it was trying to hold an area around $1.09 as a bounce point. It filled the gap from this stronger move back in January, and even with the first 2 down days, it's still worth keeping an eye on. Of course, we're not going to get a lot from the indicators is sliding from the highs. Primarily, all you look for, MACD to hold somewhere around that 0 mark. Similarly with the PPO, ADX is in a pretty neutral position. Again, generally just look for some higher lows to be made. Right now, it's actually in a pretty decent reversal position with the negative DI up on top of the positive DI. MFI is very mixed, pretty neutral at this point. Accumulation distribution not really falling off that hard, still holding pretty well even with the pullback. Tells you that there still is some buying in this stock. If you're looking for things like shaking money flow, try and hold over top of 0. Stay in the green, showing buying pressure still heavy. CCI, be looking for that bounce off of negative 100. Same way with the full still. Looking for it to not go into oversold. Tricks, it's lagging. You're just not going to get a whole lot from that at this point. Again, you look for it to hold in positive territory. Point being here, the indicators have certainly retraced plenty far, and the idea of this coming up on some critical points are reinforced by those indicators. I kind of see that in the RSIs as well. I like to see those longer terms, red and gold line 14 and 21, holding the upper half. Right now they're threatening to dip below 50. So what I'd be looking for in this, one, there should be some dynamic support from the 50-day. It's a nice look. The chart's actually trying to make a reversal, identify this as a bottom, and what I want to see is it continue to make higher lows. Now, it does pick up some pretty good bottom support. Right there around that 96-cent area was support back in the past. It was the low point back in January. I'd call that a low end. I'd actually look for this to try and hold, first and foremost, right there around that $1.15. That would be the strong end if it could bounce right off of that today. I would let that go as low as that $1.10 mark. That's tying in with the 50-day, which is registering a 107. It's dynamic and trending upward. It's going to intersect right around there. Historically, that was an area of support. Bounced off a 109 last week. I can see right through here, this $1.10 to $1.15 was a general area of support and resistance. This sort of has the look of a real quick inverted head and shoulders pattern, and the move was pretty nice on the breakout. So from a technical standpoint, this would be a pretty important area for it to try and hold. And it does have a pretty nice upside if it bounces off of that. There's a little bit of resistance right there at $1.23, but it doesn't really pick back up until it starts getting near these old highs. More specifically right there near that 200-day. Right now registering a 143, but again it's trending down. I'd look for that $1.40 on any upward movement to become a strong area of resistance again. Beyond that, I'd be looking at these old highs around $1.65, but I'm not that concerned with that at this moment. This came into the week looking like it was going to roll off this consolidation, possibly push north again. First 2 days it slipped back, so now I always try and identify a support level. Pay attention to it, see if it's going to gather a little bit of strength, some buying pressure at that level. Because if it does, it's a pretty good sign that it might try and push harder and go up here and challenge these old highs again. I keep an eye on volume. If it picks up, 391,000 shares traded. If it's coming down on this heavy, volume starts picking up. The odds of it coming down here and certainly tested 96 are really increased, and potentially even try and come down and test these old lows. Conversely, though, volume picks up and it bounces off of it. Very strong sign again of some bullish potential in the future. All in all, pretty interesting chart, and one we're going to keep an eye on for the second half of this week. But as always, it's merely my interpretation of the CWV chart. I'm not a financial consultant and strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpennystocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure. I do not base any investment decisions on any material found on the website and or video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thanks for watching. Trade smart.